your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Get it, boy! No one will still know that we're even here yet. All the people are dead that we were going to be possibly sus with, so that works.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter how rocky the road.
Is there like secrets around here?
Your arms are like iron. Are all your muscles so hard?
Well, I'd be happy to show you, provided I can afford it.
Oh, I can't go in there.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're from the Empire, they flat out refuse to do business with you.
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of Gazal breeds.
Oh, there we go. Treasure. Get your chunks of light? Alright.
Fucking men of them wrong.
Huh? Genuine cactar needles? Imported from across the sea. Just one prick and your little sparrow will sing. Is that trying to hint that cactars are in the game?
I need to drink. Let me
If you don't
treat
know,
you.
cactars are a notorious enemy in Final Fantasy games. And they look harmless, but they are extremely deadly. Like, let me put it in perspective. See how much health I have? In the early stages of any game, you normally wouldn't have like 1,000 health, right? But a cactar has an ability that can do an instant 1,000 damage right off the bat. It's called 1,000 needles, and you get hit with 1,000 needles from them, and it just does a fuck ton of damage really early off. So that's why in Final Fantasy, if you run into a cactar early in a game, run. Just don't even bother with that shit. Don't fuck around with that shit until you're ready. Sometimes they'll be in groups, and it'll be like 3 of them, and they all 3 will do 1,000 damage, and they might just instant kill one like party member, or they might kill you instantly. They are notorious for that shit. There's a lot of monsters in the Final Fantasy franchise that are famous for just crazy builds and crazy fights. One of the most notorious one, I forget what they're called. They're these little lizard men, and they have like a lantern in one hand, and then they have a knife in the other. They look harmless, except for that knife. Oh.
Ah, they've closed the road, and it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamel is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Lizard? As I was saying before, it is notorious in a lot of these games of like Final Fantasy. There's gonna be like little monsters that look harmless, but they are extremely deadly. Like I was saying, the one with the lantern and the knife. They look harmless. They look cute, honestly. Like I wouldn't mind having a plushie of them. But they are famous for one-shotting you. Like, they move hella slow, and when they finally get to a character, they poke them with a knife, and it is an instant kill. Not like doing a shit ton of damage like Cactar does, a straight-up death. They're just gone. And you'd have to use a Phoenix down to bring them back and try and, like, stay alive long enough to kill it. And it's highly resilient, too. It's fucking notorious for that shit.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
Okay.
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of gazelle.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience, believe you me.
That might be true in some cases, but you seem to forget this is like a desert town. If anything, the children are usually the ones that are going to have the most intelligence about the
Mummy,
streets.
I want to play with the crystal. How many times do I have to tell you? It's not
Is there really no treasure box around here, like a hidden one? But here's a thought, like they're guarding the gate there. Why can't I just like hop up and over like all this? Like, I mean, I can easily just hop up and over, but it doesn't have that option. Let's see.
Fucking with men of the wrong. Anytime they know this, now it's
I don't see anybody else that has a mark on their head that would be...
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Hanging lanterns, keep...
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing waters, and all under the watchful eye of Lord Kupka, who stands ready to crush any threat that might face us.
Little do you know, I kind of just took his arms. God, can you imagine like the panic people would know if they knew he like lost both his hands? Can't talk to the woman. Somebody around here, it's saying.
Anything I can interest you in?
Well, I mean, that's the last sword I had. That's right, I still need to check on the, I still need to check on that new one I got. Breath of Lightning. Alright, Desert Rose. Why is it the music is so goddamn expensive? 40,000? Are you serious?
I doubt you can carry any more.
Okay, well, we don't have anything else of value.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
I could buy the song, but then I don't know, man. I feel like the music is way too expensive. Okay, it's saying there's like somebody here, but the only person that's like out here is this dude. Wait, is it the guy on the dock? Oh, it is the guy on this other dock. I was looking at the other one.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furter knows. Excuse me. Are you Furter?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the Desert Hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he'd...
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
You don't want to do this, guy, but whatever. Really? Damn, Targle just went in with a laser. The Spaniard just popped out there for a moment. Still Silk and a kill bug.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Okay.
Plates and pots!
So I guess whoever this person is got his own little group that helps defend them.
Take a sniff, good sir.
That's good. That's a good sign, I guess.
Pride of place.
Is this the place?
Ubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Ferda told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
Well, there seems to be something going on right outside the gate.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Oh, that could be a problem. Being in a place like this, in the desert, crystals must be highly valuable because you could just use that and make an endless supply of water. Or anything you might need. Make a fire for at night, make water when needed, would be such an important commodity. For the best drop in Dalamir, visit the final sting. Final sting?
Why is the tavern shut?
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace. I told the guard those soldiers started it. Don't need any more trouble.
Good point. At least she's covering for us.
A deposit.
Thank God. Deposit.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men on the rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
an endless supply of money coming from the men of the rock, and apparently there's also people stealing the crystals and not sharing them. Those can all be major problems. The question is...
Light meat and dark, fresh from the grill, get it while it's hot.
Oh, this poor guy. They don't have crystals, they're forcing those who are marked to do it. Shit.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me.
Well, I hope you gave as good as you got.
What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the rock and the men of the rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. They'll probably... back at the inn by now.
Birds, one bite and you'll be
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
The finest fabrics, fresh from the capital.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Man, this poor girl. Maybe I shouldn't. Well, I mean, I was fighting off with one guy, so it was gonna happen anyway.
Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Of course.
Let me treat you.
I need a drink.
You know, I get that he's like is a very wealthy man, but to throw his money around like that, he's gonna get attract the wrong kind of people. Oh, they're like outside. Wait, who's this?
This river runs all the way to the southern seas. They used to load the crystal onto barges and sail it to the villages downstream. Before the canyons were lost to beasts and bandits. When I was a girl, I would wave to the boatmen as they set off on their long journey, and they would throw me sweetmeats in return. Such happy times.